I DM'd 6 of you guys on Instagram and let you guys pick the books on my April TBR. Hey guys, you know what time it is, you know what time of the month it is. It is time to do my monthly TBR, and of course, again, for the 4th month in a row, I DM'd 6 of you guys on Instagram and let you guys pick the books going on my TBR. Now, if you haven't been around here with us doing these videos, basically how I do this is I send you guys a picture of my TBR cart, let you guys pick a book off that or a book that is on Kindle Unlimited, because one of my biggest goals for this year is to get as many books off my physical TBR as possible and not buy as many books. Now, I'm not gonna lie, haven't been doing great on the not buying books thing. I was January and February, and then in March I actually went absolutely ham. So, book haul coming soon?
Yeah, okay.
Anyways, that was really cringy. I'm sorry. Let's get straight on into this. The first book that was picked for my April TBR is a book that was also on my March TBR, but if you watched my March wrap up, you would know that I was in a ginormous book slump from like the middle to end of February, basically for all of March, which was really ridiculous, and I hated every second of it. The first book that was picked is Reckless by Elsie Silver. This is the 4th in the Chestnut Spring series. Now, a quick little rundown with me in this series. I personally did not really like the first in the series. I think I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, which is not a bad rating. I just didn't feel the actual connection between our two characters, and I really felt like it was purely physical based relationship. But I read the second one, which is Heartless, fell in love. It's a 4.75 star read for me. There was quite literally only one scene in that book that dropped it from a 5 to a 4.75, and then I loved Powerless, which is a 3rd, and I ended up giving that one I think a 4 or 4.5 out of 5 stars. Overall, I've really been enjoying the later books in this series aside from the first one, so I can't wait to read more of this series and continue this. I think this will kind of catapult me into like some summery vibe books, because I feel like a cowboy romance is just giving a summery romance. So I'm very excited to read this, and this was picked, let me tell you who picked this. This was picked by Corey Plays Genshin. I don't know if I said that right, hopefully I did, but that's who picked this book, so thank you very much for picking. Alrighty, and the next book that was picked is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. This has been a book that I've kind of had my eye on for quite a few months. It's a YA fantasy. I've heard that there is a specific like newer book that I feel like a lot of people have said it feels kind of like a slight ripoff of this, and I can't think of what it is right now, but if when Tiff is editing this, aka editing Tiff, if she figures it out, she'll put it on the screen. But I have been really eyeing this. This has been kind of just really on my radar since I want to say like October, November, and I just haven't gotten to it, but I have had a lot of people tell me they want me to read this, they want to know what my thoughts are, so hopefully I'll actually get to it this month. I feel like I am kind of getting into a mood to read fantasy. I've been reading a lot of romance so far this year, which is very typical for me. I am very much a romance reader, but I do love a good fantasy book, and I feel like I'm kind of diving back into my fantasy vibe, fantasy era, so I really think I might actually read this. I'm very excited, so we shall see how I feel about this. And this was picked by sizzles.f on Instagram, which is, her name is Sydney, so that is the next book that was picked. And continuing right along, the next book that got picked was Everyone in My Family Has Killed Someone by Benjamin Stevenson. This is actually a newer book I have recently picked up. My husband actually saw this at Barnes and was like, hey, read the back of this, sounds really interesting. So I did, and I was like, oh, that does actually sound really interesting. So I ended up picking it up, and one of you just so happened to pick it. I'll just give you like a little bit of the synopsis because it's quite literally so short, and it'll just give you a good idea of like what it's about without me trying to explain it. It says, everyone in my family has killed someone. Some of us, the high achievers, have killed more than once. I'm not trying to be dramatic, but it is the truth. Some of us are good, others are bad, and some just unfortunate. Have I killed someone? Yes, I have. Who was it? Let's get started. I thought that just really does kind of draw a little hook in you, kind of reel you in a little bit, and get you to kind of want to read the rest of the book and see what it's about. So I'm very intrigued, very excited to read this, and I think Makai will be excited to see me read this also. And this was picked by Cheyenne0899 on Instagram, so thank you very much for picking a book for me this month. Moving right along, the next book that was picked is The Unhoneymooners. The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. I have honestly kind of had my eye on this since I bought it, which was quite a long time ago. I've probably owned this for over a year, but I've heard that this book is not very good. I've heard a lot of people say they love Love in Other Words, which I did love that book, but say they actually really disliked this book. So it's made me kind of nervous and steer clear a little bit of reading this book, but I am a fake dating lover. Like, that is my favorite trope aside from like single parent. Like, I love fake dating. It's probably truly will forever be be my number one like trope to read that I just love so much. And this is kind of like fake engagement, fake marriage type thing. Like basically the vibe of this is they are in wedding parties of like their best friends or something. Everyone in the wedding party except them two gets sick at the wedding, and so the bride and groom can't go on their honeymoon, so they end up taking this trip for free because they're like, hey, we can't go, like take it, it's already paid for. And so they're kind of acting as if they're newlyweds, I'm pretty sure, even though they're not. So I'm pretty sure that's the vibe of this. And again, with Reckless, I feel like this could be a really great read to kind of catapult me into this summery vibes and just really get me in the feels for summer. I live in Alaska. It's like kind of breakup season really early this year. The snow is melting, the ice is melting. It's starting to feel good outside. And me saying it feels good literally is me saying it's 35, 40 degrees outside and it feels so hot, and I'm going outside in shorts and a hoodie or a t-shirt and leggings and feeling absolutely amazing. Honestly, I'm excited to read this. I just do have a little bit of a guard up because I'm worried that I'm not gonna like it per other people saying it wasn't very good. Oh, and who picked this? Let me get to that. This was picked by Mel and Zay _ on Instagram, so thank you very much for picking that one for me. The next book that was picked is a book I actually do not have the physical copy of. I was really looking for this physical copy when I went to Barnes, but they did not have it. They had every other one in the series but this one, which is so annoying. But it is the second in the off-campus series, which is The Mistake by Elle Kennedy. I read The Deal by her, which is obviously the first in the series, and I absolutely loved that book so much. I loved Garrett Graham and Hannah. I loved their dynamic. I loved watching them kind of go from strangers to falling in love, and just like how selfless he was with her. I absolutely loved it. And I am a complete and 100% sucker for a hockey romance. They do it for me every single time, quite literally every time. I have not read a single hockey romance that I haven't loved, so I'm very excited to give this a read. I have heard some people say I think that this wasn't their favorite one and that they maybe disliked this one a little bit, but who knows? Again, I'm a sucker for a hockey romance and I'm really excited to read this. I also love the new cartoon covers that are coming out of this series, and I really want to get my hands on all of them because they're so cute. But yeah, I can't wait to read this. These are on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm very excited to give this a read, and thank you very much to K's Bookshelf _ on Instagram for picking that book for me. And then the last person that picked books gave me two options, so I'm just going to show you both of them. The first option was Wildfire by Hannah Grace, which is the second in the Maple Hill series. The first one is Icebreaker, and I recently read that and absolutely loved it. Gave it like a 4.5 out of 5 stars. And then the other option is Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. This is The Love Hypothesis by her is one of my all-time favorite romances, and Olive and Adam are a couple that I still think about even though I read that book almost a full year ago. I loved that book so much, and I love their just whole dynamic and just everything about that book so much, and I loved her writing, so I can't wait to read another book by her. And as for this one, I'm very excited to read this too. I will say though, I'm a lot more excited for Daydream, which comes out sometime this summer. I don't think there's a set date for it yet, but that one is going to be about, I'm pretty sure his name is Xander. I literally am forgetting, but I loved the crumbs and like the glimpses we got of him in Icebreaker, and that is going to be his book, so I'm very excited to read a book about him. But I feel like both of these would be great options and would be books that I would absolutely love and eat up and just completely adore. I know a lot of people say that this isn't their favorite Ali Hazelwood book, so I'm a little intrigued to see if I am gonna love it, but I really do love her writing and just the way she formulates a story. And I think it's really cool that all of her books are like science related, and like I don't understand any of it, but I think it's really cool to just kind of dive into a little bit of a different world that I'm not used to, with it being surrounding around sciencey stuff, again, that I don't understand, but I think it's fun. So these were picked by Makey _282. I really don't think I said that right. Mikey. It might be Mikey. It might be Mikey. I don't know. I'm really sorry if I'm butchering your name. I just don't know how to say it. I'm really bad at pronouncing things. I don't know if I said that right. Anyways, yeah, thank you so much for picking these, and I'm really sorry I probably just butchered your name so badly. But anyways, guys, that is all the books on my April TBR. These are the books that you guys picked, and hopefully I will get to all of them. Chances are I won't, because I'm really bad at sticking to my TBR. Guys, you saw me just scratch my neck. Really bad at pronouncing things. And do you see how red it is already? I have the most sensitive skin ever. Okay, anyways, thank you guys so much for picking these. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not already, because we have a lot of fun over here and we want you to join the fun. And with that being said, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Would you run away with me? Yeah.
My castle crumbled overnight.
I'm hot. I've done nothing. I've said no words, but I'm hot. So here we are. Here we are. This is what we're doing. Being hot. Like temperature hot. I'm not trying to have myself a... No, skip the song. I am a fake dating like fanatic. Can I speak? Hello? He built a fire just to keep me warm. You can't convince me this is not Feyre singing about Rezan. Can't convince me. Hey besties, welcome back. You know what time of the month it is. What? What? Huh? 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 What? And want to get you.
It took the crown, but it's alright.
I can't listen to another song or I'm gonna sing it all and then we're gonna not film this video, so let's get going. Did I just get that? Did I just get it in one take? The next book that was picked is a book, what?
I'm doing better than I ever was.
Okay, so today's gonna be a good filming day. Clearly, which is what I need. Hold on, my cat is pawing at the door. So, she wanted to be in the room. By Elle Kennedy. Why could I not think her name? I did actually, what did I just say? Pumpkin! Why is she bumping the tripod? Come on, girly pop. We cannot be doing that. The first one is did I not stop it? Whoopsies, love you, bye.